this experiment is about multi-pump test rig, which is to demonstrate the operating characteristics of different pump contained in the unit. Which in this experiment there are three types of pump, which is centrifugal, plunger, and gear pump. So not only that, based on the three pumps, we are conducting this experiment to understand the types of pump and principle of the design and the selection of the appropriate pump for a particular application for an optimal operation. Okay, so in order to measure the characteristics of each pump, a few characteristics were taken into measure, which the characteristics are pump to the head, motor power input, pump power input, pump power output, pump efficiency, overall efficiency, and an additional one, which is for the gear pump, is volumetric efficiency. So, for the first one, which is the pump to the head is actually is to indicate the capability of a pump to raise water to a height from one point to another. The next one is motor power input, which is to indicate the energy that is converted from electrical to mechanical and then supplied to the pump for the work. The next one is pump power input, is actually to indicate the amount of energy that is converted from electrical to mechanical, which is supplied to the pump in order to turn the shaft. Okay, so pump power output is the energy that is converted from the work that is produced by the shaft to the fluid that is flowing through it, which is known as the hydraulic energy. Pump efficiency is to indicate the ratio between the pump power output over the pump power input. And then the next one is overall efficiency, which is to show the ratio between the pump power output over the motor power input that is supplied to the pump. Okay, last but not least, the difference between the measurement taken for centrifugal and gear pump is that for gear pump, we actually calculate the volumetric efficiency. Volumetric efficiency is actually the ratio between the actual flow delivered by the pump at a given pressure over the theoretical flow, which indicates the pump displacement over speed.
Now, I'm going to explain about the mechanism of centrifugal pump. So first, the water flows from the tank to the pipes, moving on to the valve. Next, the fluid will enter the centrifugal pump. This is the centrifugal pump. So water will flow into the centrifugal pump. So the suction pump will suck the water into the centrifugal pump. So the centrifugal pump is used to induce flow or raise the liquid from a lower level of fluid to a higher level of fluid. The centrifugal pump also converts rotational energy from motor to hydraulic energy. Then the liquid will be discharged out of the centrifugal pump through the discharge port. As I said before this, water will flow from a lower level to a higher level of the pipe. So water will flow through the pipe and into the sensor. At this part, it will detect the flow rate and also the pressure of the fluid moving through the pipe. Next, it will flow through the pipe after that. The liquid will flow to this valve. As we all know, centrifugal pump is a flow creating pump. Therefore, in order to create the flow, the pressure will be controlled in order for the liquid to flow. Generally, a centrifugal pump is a type of pump which flow a fluid in a steady state flow. So after the fluid enters the valve here, it will enter to the tank where the water will be stored here again, and the process will circulate again after that. In order to start the experiment, so the main power will be switched on. Then select the pump that will be used for this experiment. For experiment 1, we are using for pump 1. Then the differential pressure will be set to dPT1. Then the potentiometer is used to control the speed throughout the experiment. Later on, the value, as you can see here, is the flow rate, pressure, speed and power will be recorded at the end of the experiment.
Gear pump is a positive displacement pump that transports liquid by rotating gears. This pump creates flow by producing pressure, which is why in this experiment we regulate the output pressure. Okay, so this is how the pump works. Okay, first of all, gear pump use a high viscosity fluid, which in this experiment we use hydraulic oil as the flowing fluid. So hydraulic oil in the tank flows through valve tank into the gear pump. So this is the suction port and this is the discharge port for the gear pump. So when liquid flows through the pipeline, the liquid is trapped inside the rotating gear where it is forced from the suction into the discharge. This is where flow is being created. So and then since the pump creates flow, the flowing liquid is in pulsating state instead of steady state. So the liquid flows through the pipe, and this is where the pressure and flow rate is being measured by the sensor. So the fluid flows through here, and this is where the output pressure is being regulated. And then the liquid flows back into the oil tank. Similarly to centrifugal pump, to operate gear pump, first we need to switch on the power supply, and then for the pump selection, it is switched to number 3, which indicate the gear pump. For the selection of flow, FT2. For the selection of speed, we switch it to number 3 for sensing the speed for gear pump 3, which is the gear pump. And then for the pressure selection, we choose PT1. Instead of differential pressure, for gear pump we measure only pressure because initially at the gear pump there is no pressure being created, so initially the pressure is 0. As the experiment is being conducted, pressure is being created by the gear pump, and therefore only pressure is being taken into consideration. The speed for the pump is regulated by the potentiometer, and all the measured variables are being collected based on the data on the screen.
Okay, as I said earlier, there are 3 types of pump that were used in this experiment, which is plunger pump, gear pump and centrifugal pump. So, centrifugal is actually classified as one of the single stage horizontal pump, while gear pump and plunger pump are actually positive displacement pumps. So, to demonstrate the difference between single stage horizontal pump and positive displacement pump, only centrifugal and also gear pump were used. As it is said in the name of this equipment, multi-pump test rig actually consists of several pumps, which are centrifugal, plunger and then gear pump. And for centrifugal and plunger pump, they actually use low viscosity fluids. So in here, this is the water tank, which stores water obtained from pipelines, from these pipelines. So while for the gear pump actually uses oil, high viscosity, because the efficiency is actually higher. So oil is stored in this oil tank. So this rig is built in a way that the pipelines are connected to pressure indicators as well as flow rate indicators, flow rate transmitters. So for flow rate indicators, experimenters can actually determine the value of flow rate obtained by the sensor through the screen. However, for pressure indicator, there are 2 ways for an experimenter to determine the pressure inside the pipe, which the first one is through the screen display or through this pressure manual gauge.